Welcome back to my spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the fascinating dynamics unfolding in the world of the bold and the beautiful, particularly focusing on how the Forrester patriarchs might be contributing to some problematic behavior patterns within their family business empire. The Forrester family power dynamics. The current situation at Forrester Creations has become increasingly tense as viewers witness the complex relationships between three generations of this fashion dynasty. Eric Forrester, the distinguished founder of the company, and his son Ridge have found themselves in a precarious position regarding Steffi's confrontational management style. What's particularly noteworthy is how these two powerful men, who have decades of business experience between them, appear to step back when Steffi launches into her frequent tirades against colleagues and family members alike. The grandfather's silent approval. Eric Forrester, with his distinguished silver hair and years of wisdom, has always been portrayed as the moral compass of the family. His experience navigating both business challenges and family conflicts should position him perfectly to guide his granddaughter toward more diplomatic leadership approaches. Instead, he often sits in silent observation as Steffi verbally dismantles anyone who challenges her vision for the company. This tacit approval from such a respected figure only serves to reinforce her belief that her methods are justified. Ridge's conflicted loyalties. Ridge finds himself in an even more complicated position. As Steffi's father, his natural instinct is to support his daughter's ambitions. However, as a seasoned fashion executive who has worked with diverse personalities throughout his career, he surely recognizes when leadership crosses into bullying. The contradiction becomes even more apparent when we consider that both Ridge and Eric privately acknowledge to Carter that Hope brings value to the company, yet they remain conspicuously silent when Steffi publicly undermines her. The Hope factor, casualty of family politics. Hope Logan's position within this dynamic deserves particular attention. Once considered part of the extended family, she even called Ridge Dad during the period when he and Brooke were together. She now finds herself treated as an outsider. The broken family bonds. The relationship between Hope and the Forresters has deteriorated to the point where viewers are questioning if there was ever a genuine connection at all. The blended family that once included Hope and her half-brother RJ seems to have been erased from the collective memory of the Forrester clan. This erasure feels particularly pointed when Eric, who once embraced Hope as part of his extended family, now stands by as she faces hostility within the company. Professional undermining. The professional aspect of this situation is equally troubling. Hope's line within Forrester Creations has been a point of contention, with Steffi seemingly determined to minimize its importance or eliminate it entirely. The fact that both Eric and Ridge recognize Hope's talent and contribution to the company makes their silence during Steffi's attacks all the more perplexing and, frankly, disappointing to many loyal viewers. Fan reactions. The court of public opinion. The audience response to this storyline has been passionate and divided, with many expressing frustration at what they perceive as unfair treatment of Hope and unchecked behavior from Steffi. Calls for character reassignment. Some viewers have suggested dramatic solutions to the current impasse. One particularly interesting proposal involves sending Steffi to oversee the Paris office while bringing her brother Thomas back as co-CEO. The ironic twist in this fan-created scenario would be Thomas reinstating Hope's line and welcoming her back into the fold, essentially correcting his sister's mistakes and healing some of the family rifts in the process. Questions about narrative consistency. Other fans have pointed out logical inconsistencies in how relationships have evolved. The lack of meaningful conversation between Eric and Brooke about Hope's position in the company strikes many as out of character, especially given their long history. The sudden coldness toward Hope from people who once considered her family has left many viewers questioning the writer's commitment to character continuity. Potential paths forward. As this storyline continues to develop, several possible directions emerge for the characters involved. Hope's independence journey. Some viewers suggest that Hope's best move might be to step away from the Forrester shadow entirely. Rather than continuing to fight for acceptance within a family business that seems increasingly hostile, she could channel her creative energy into building something entirely her own. This would represent significant character growth, allowing Hope to define success on her own terms rather than seeking validation from the Forresters. Carter's divided loyalties. Carter's position is particularly delicate, as he navigates his professional obligations to the Forrester family while developing feelings for Hope. Many fans predict that his deep-rooted loyalty to the Forresters will ultimately lead him to disappoint Hope, potentially pushing her toward the independence she needs to truly flourish. The patriarch's responsibility. Perhaps the most interesting potential development would be seeing Eric or Ridge finally recognize their role in enabling Steffi's behavior. A moment of self-reflection from either of these powerful men could dramatically shift the power dynamics at Forrester Creations and potentially heal some of the deepening rifts within the family. As tensions continue to rise and alliances shift within the halls of Forrester Creations, viewers will need to stay tuned to discover whether Eric and Ridge will continue their pattern of silent enablement or finally take a stand for fairness and professional respect. The coming episodes promise to deliver answers to these burning questions, potentially reshaping the foundation of relationships that have defined this beloved soap opera for decades. Whether Steffi will face consequences for her actions, Hope will find her path to success, or the Forrester patriarchs will recognize their role in this dysfunctional dynamic remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, the drama is far from over.